So how can a book that's, 2,500 years old possibly explain a cutting-edge military operation? Well, today we're going to do just that. We're deconstructing 21st century Special Forces raid, and we're going to see how its success was secretly written in an ancient text. Let's dive in.
All right, so our source material drops us right into the action with a specific time and place, January 3rd, 2026, in Caracas, Venezuela. And this right here, this is the flashpoint for a operation that, well, on the surface, it looks like something straight out of the future. But as we're about to see, its roots go way, way back.
So what's happening? We're talking about a super high-stakes, high-risk Special Forces op. And the objective? Whoa, it's to capture a nation's head of state. I mean, this is the kind of mission where everything has to go perfectly. It's a true test of planning, intelligence, and just flawless execution.
And this whole thing goes down with just breathtaking speed. It all kicks off with coordinated airstrikes, just to sow some confusion and soften up the defenses. Then, bam, elite Delta Force operators are on the ground, moving straight to their objective. They secure the high-value target, and then, just as fast as they came in, they are out of there. Quick in, quick out.
So on paper, this thing is a textbook example of modern high-tech warfare. But, and this is the really cool part, here's the twist. See, the source material we're looking at argues that the core strategic thinking, like the very DNA of this whole mission, isn't from a modern playbook at all. It's ancient.
And where does it come from? You guessed it, Sun Tzu's The Art of War. I mean, this legendary text has been the go-to for generals, for CEOs, for centuries. And as we're about to see, its principles are just as powerful in the age of stealth helicopters as they were back in the age of chariots.
And this quote right here, it really gets to the absolute heart of Sun Tzu's whole philosophy. It's not about charging into battle, sword swinging. No. It's about being so smart, so efficient, that you've basically won before the fighting even has a chance to start. The goal is to win before the real fight even begins.
Okay, so you might be thinking, how exactly does this ancient wisdom apply to a modern raid? Well, let's break it down. We're going to look at 4 key principles straight from Sun Tzu.
First up, it's all about speed, pure velocity. In Sun Tzu's own words,兵贵神速. And what that means is that in war, speed isn't just part of the plan, speed is the weapon. It's about moving so unbelievably fast, the other guy can't even process what's happening.
And check this out. This is where you see how that speed just creates this incredible domino effect. The raid's over before the regular army can even get their boots on. This doesn't just stop a counterattack, it completely paralyzes their command structure and creates a state of total psychological shock, all while dramatically lowering the risk to the operators themselves.
Right? But speed is totally useless if you're running in the wrong direction, you know? And that brings us to maybe the most famous line from the whole book. besiege. Know your enemy and know yourself, and in 100 battles, you'll never be in danger. For a mission like this, intel isn't just power, man. It's the whole ballgame.
And our source material is really clear about this. For a strike like this to work, the intelligence can't just be good. It has to be perfect. Not 99%, 100% accurate. We're talking their exact location, what they do every day, security routines, escape routes. You need to know every single detail, and it has to be confirmed. Okay, so principle number 3. This is all about where you aim all that speed and all that intelligence. besiege. Think of it like this. You don't try to punch through a brick wall. No, you flow like water, finding the cracks. You go around the enemy's strengths and hit them where they're weakest.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. So the raid didn't go after fortified army bases or hardened border crossings. No, that's the strong stuff. Instead, it attacked the weak points, the predictability of a leader's daily routine, little gaps in their security protocols, and the simple fact that a small personal security team is just no match for an elite special forces unit.
So when you put all these pieces together, you've got speed, you've got intelligence, and you're hitting them where it hurts. You get to this higher level of thinking. This is what Sun Tzu was all about. It's the triumph of strategy over just raw brute force.
And there's a name for it, Shangbing Fa. Basically, the greatest general isn't the one who crushes the enemy's army. The greatest general is the one who takes apart the enemy's plan. By taking out the leadership, you're not just winning one battle, you're making all their future battles completely pointless. You're attacking the strategy itself. It's genius.
And just look at the difference here. It is night and day. On one hand, you've got a full-scale invasion. We're talking huge casualties, years of fighting, billions of dollars, and the whole region becomes a mess. Then you've got the decapitation strike. It's over in hours, minimal casualties, and it paralyzes the enemy leadership. It's like using a scalpel instead of a sledgehammer.
So, what's the big picture here? What does all this mean? Well, it means that even though our technology has changed in unbelievable ways, the basic rules of strategy, they really haven't.
And this table kind of sums it all up nicely. You see the principle, speed, and how that translates to a lightning-fast raid. You see intelligence, which today means CIA data and long-term surveillance. Surprise, another classic, is all about hitting them at an unexpected time and place. And that masterstroke, bulking plans, that's choosing this surgical strike over a total war.
And this really brings us to the core thesis of the source material we're analyzing. This raid, as they see it, isn't just a military operation. It's something more. It's this perfect fusion, this blend of ancient Eastern strategy and cutting-edge Western military tech.
And all of this leaves us with one last, really fascinating question to think about. In our world of cyber warfare, autonomous drones, and AI, do these ancient, very human principles of strategy actually become more important, not less? Is it possible that the key to winning the conflicts of tomorrow is hidden in the wisdom of the distant past?